Listen up, you beautiful bastards. I'm Insipid, and this is Trove. Notably, I'm going to be trying to speak just a little bit softer. It was not that long ago that I lost my voice, and so I've brought my mic just a little bit closer. It's right there. Oh my gosh. It's actually pretty oppressive. It's right in my face. Hi there. Good to see you. It's a mic. But that does beg the next question. What are we talking about today? There is a topic that I've been toying around with. I've been toying around with a lot of topics. Ever since I started these series, I've just absolutely loved getting to record them. Just getting some random thoughts out of my head and into video format. I'll take it. That said, this pertains in some ways to a word that I stumbled upon recently, and I've very much enjoyed it because I think that it applies to all of us at one time or another. It's called decompensated. It refers to a person's loss of emotional constitution, wherein they have lost the ability to cope effectively with the environment around them. And I think that anyone who doesn't recognize that just hasn't been around long enough, because I can't think of a single person who hasn't at one point, and this is another phrasing for it if you're so inclined, someone who's just lost their shit. To try to deny it on my part would be folly in the utmost. But it brings to mind many other ideas. And actually, the title of this particular episode is called Crisis of Consciousness. And so what do I mean by that? Consciousness, in my mind, is broken up in several ways. And there's several ways to describe how it's broken up. But this is just the one I'm working with right now because it's kind of useful. There are the various levels at which our brains operate, in which our brain thinks and processes information. Some of it we're very much aware of. Some of it we have a grasp of, and some of it we're actually very intentional about. I'm going to refer to that as reasoning, but we'll get there in just a little bit. The first level that I want to refer to really quick is instinct, fear, anger, lust. These are the things that just flat out keep us alive and keep the species going. Sometimes this is referred to as like the lizard portion of the reptilian portion of the brain. The stuff that just keeps you going. Fear is really useful. Paranoia, the concern that you're in danger. Oh, that keeps you out of trouble. You see a situation that your brain processes as dangerous, and then fear pops in. Get the fuck out of here. Go. Be somewhere else besides this location. Animals get skittish. You see a whole bunch of birds, hear some rustling, and they're all like, oh man, we better get out of here. And then they all just start flying at the same time. Fear. It's useful. It keeps you alive. Anger. Fight or flight, if you're going to use those sensibilities. Something's confronting you that you can't escape. Stepping up. Fisticuffs. Get the job done. Is that a good answer? I don't know. It's reptilian fucking brain. It's not always the best answer, but sometimes it's the only answer. And when it comes down to survival, the reptilian brain's pretty good at getting the job done. And so, as a baseline, I want you to understand that you have instincts. You have these things that are inherent to your psyche that are there to keep you alive and keep the species going. Don't deny yourself that. If you're commanded by your fear and your anger, clearly that becomes problematic. But until then, until you reach that threshold where it becomes unfunctional, it lacks utilitarianism, practicality, it's just doing its job, keeping you alive. The level above that, emotion, just happiness, envy, sadness. These are things that teach us. They teach us what I want. I see that someone else has something. I want it. Greed. I desire. Desires can be very motivating. You ask anyone. the need for money to acquire the things that ease one's life. There's nothing wrong with desiring, but again, don't let desire control your mind, your way of processing reality. Let it guide you, let it motivate you, but don't let it control you. Sadness. What is sadness but an experience that teaches us what we don't like? I am sad because my dog died. Things dying is bad. Oh no, my brain just taught me empathy. Damn it. I sympathize with someone who's agonizing. Like, this person, I have agonized as well. How do you sympathize unless you yourself have experienced sadness? And then happiness, just flat out. What makes getting up tomorrow worth it? What makes day to day worth living? Find your happiness. Find those little slivers, those little nuggets of joy in your life. It is the little things. Talk is cheap, all right? Talk is cheap, and it's been said enough times. You have to enjoy the small things in life. No shit. But in taking in this bigger context, the emotional part of our brain, you got to get that in there. You have to, even if you have to crowbar it in, find your happiness. Find those little slivers. Lastly, I wanted to talk about concepts that are inherent to society, and we attempt to laud them. We attempt to raise them as exemplary, and I want to attach those to the word reasoning. We reason with these. We utilize them to create a cooperative society. Altruism, patience, forgiveness. These are the ways that we are able to bring ourselves together, and in many ways, that's how we end up being able to keep it all done, get the job done. The last one I'm going to add to that is discipline, the ability to recognize, to delay gratification, emotion and instinct. Gratification now, right now. These cookies, I want them. These cookies, I lust for them. Put them on my penis or something. But you experience that, and it's an immediate need to consume this cookie right now. And it's that reasoning level, that third level of the mind, where we are working together. My guy's holding completely still, and he has a little Babadoo lure out there. That's weird. Anyway, and that's what we. Well, that's just rude. I'll never forgive you. And delayed gratification is such a powerful thing, both at an individual level, but then also at a societal level. I don't think I've had the chance to talk about the notion of debt in a video yet. I'm going to write that down, because debt is a really big problem in many Western societies right now. In many societies right now that need to be qualified, and it's something that we're either going to make it or break it with. We've failed a couple times, and we haven't learned our lesson. And so I'm hoping, even if the words of warning are lost, I want them to be said. But I want to bring it back full circle. Because there's that word again, decompensated, where we are trying so hard. We've got instinct, we've got emotion, we've got reason, and something breaks, and the balance is lost. And we are just so angry. We are so sad. Even in the opposite, mania, manic states of happiness can lead to gross negligence financially, in terms of one's health. And so we have this crisis of consciousness, wherein we have these layers of our mind that aren't in agreement, that are fighting against each other. And our reason pleads, cries out, have mercy on me, have mercy on those around you. Because, here's the concluding point, we are all experiencing our own crisis of consciousness. And we're experiencing it together. We can do ourselves and each other the courtesy of just a little bit more patience. I'll leave that right about there. But I want to thank all of you for joining me today. And I look forward to having many more of these awesome conversations with you. If you have any thoughts or video suggestions, toss them down in the comments and I might just make a video of it. Until then, it's been real. It's been fun. Now I'm going to catch you guys on the flip side. Take care, everybody.